Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Pemko part number 566A. This is a offset. It's a half saddle threshold, but it's intended to be used in an offset threshold application. The 566. I sell this. I don't know if I've ever sold the 566 before because it's used in a larger assembly. It's used as an offset threshold where you need to transition between a half-inch flooring condition. The 566 is the leading edge that would connect via a rigid insert here to their part number 253. The 253 is a half-inch tall half saddle threshold, but when you take the 253 and join it to the 566, then you have an offset threshold. So they're calling this offset and half saddle. It's half saddle because it's just literally a saddle threshold cut in half, let's say. But it's offset because it's intended to transition over an irregular surface. This is the 1-inch tall overall side of it. And then there is the 253 is a half-inch tall version. It would probably be helpful for you to look at what this looks like, so let's do so. Okay, and on the screen here, we are indeed looking at the unit as it is intended to be used. So what we are dealing with here is just the 566 portion, just this portion, and then our 253 portion would be here. And there would be a piece of rigid thermoplastic inserted into here. It would be a spline is what it would be. And that would keep that fairly rigid. And I believe what they'll do is leave a tack weld underneath here to keep that in place. Or, forgive me, there will be no inserted spline, and it will probably just be welded is what this would look like. So you're going to transition over a 1/2 inch floor. Now we've got that brought up here as an image. And let's take a little bit closer look at it. So this portion, obviously, is your 566. Your 1/2 inch, no, that's not right. Your 1/2 inch assembly, your 1/2 inch floor offset is going to look, obviously, something like this. Okay. So where you have that sort of transition, you can elegantly use this sort of threshold in some situations. Where I bump into this sort of overall if you are using this part number, okay, you're going to get all of this. This is the 566. This portion is the 253. If you're using all of this, I have seen it used in residential condo construction where there is a substantial difference between the flooring that's been done inside the condo or the living space and the hallway, especially in older construction, buildings built in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, where shag carpet is gone and now they're putting hardwood floor. But whatever the matter is, whatever the situation is, that hallway flooring height is changing substantially, and it might be getting much smaller. The flooring height in your space might be getting much larger. So that's really an instance where when I've last sold a threshold that was like this, I was literally needing to transition over that sort of situation. Okay, so that's where that's going to be used. Now we do also have a link to the manufacturers. This link will be down below, and that's what it is that we're looking at. So let's take a closer look at the actual threshold itself. Okay, so the 566, its dimensional properties, as we can see from the image down below, this is 3-inch wide. Okay, and its overall height is going to be 1 inch. The distance underneath here is going to be 1/2 inch. Okay. This is in the A finish, which means two things. It means it's made of aluminum and that it's in the mill finish. This is just what it looks like when the aluminum is extruded at the mill, the aluminum mill finish. It's also available in a black suede powder coat, a D for dark black suede powder coat, BSP, D for dark bronze, WSP, white suede powder coat. You can also do the 566 in a 5th finish, which would be an oil rubbed bronze equivalent. So they can powder coat this to black, oil rubbed bronze equivalent, or white, mill finish, and then mill finish and dark bronze anodized. Okay, that's what you can have on this. Listed in the website in lots of different lengths. If you have need for a custom length, by all means, let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and simply indicate in the comment field the net length you'd like for us to cut the material back to. We'll be happy to oblige. The reasoning is if you had to take this 3-foot piece and cut it down to 30 inch, you'd eliminate that first dimple that's there, or countersink. And speaking of that, screws are included. They're probably about a number 10 by 1.5 at the most, and I would say that they're thoroughly insufficient for this height of threshold. Yeah, they're 10 by 1.5, so these screws are not even, they're not correct for this. You know, you've got a 1-inch overall height. That screw is not going to get down far enough, so you can count on needing to procure different screws depending on your application. And those 1.5-inch length screws tell me they're intending this to operate as an offset, because by the time you're up here, your flooring condition is going to come down here that 1/2 inch and then over, and your screws are in here. So be mindful that you might simply need different lengths. If you have need for a custom length, by all means, let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and indicate in the comment field the net length that you would like for us to cut it back to, and we'll endeavor to do so. That will not only give you a really nice clean factory cut on the side, on the edge, but the first dimple at the proper distance from the edge and the proper center to center down its length as well. Okay. Now finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Zero products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. The name Pemko is quite synonymous with a tremendous diversity of weather stripping solutions for residential and commercial settings, and they certainly would hold the title as having the most variety. So good company to use their catalog when looking for weather stripping solutions. Very good quality people at the factory as well, not only in their weather stripping department, but their sliding door department as well. They make they can provide probably every solution necessary for sliding doors: pocket, bypass, bifold, surface mounted, barn door. And the person who runs that department is exceptionally qualified to do the work. So do not hesitate to reach out to us with requirements for sliding door material. We're sure that we've got the right person at the factory to work with. Any questions on the 566A offset half saddle threshold or any other Pemko product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.